Hello students, warm greetings. In this session, we'll be discussing on one of the important skills required for managers, that is effective communication and interpersonal skills. Mainly the communication skills, right? As you all know that managers are the people who actually coordinate the people, who actually coordinate the employees so as to achieve the organizational objectives. And again, they involved in the planning of function. They also involved in this organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. Almost all the functions are being carried by managers. But as far as managers concerned, they have to have certain skills and competencies so as to carry out all these responsibilities more effectively. And of course, they're also playing different roles also. Right. So in that sense, what are the skills required to master the art of management? Or what are the skills and competencies required for a manager to do his job more effectively and efficiently? And the list goes like this: effective communication skills, strategic leadership skill, team management skill, time management skill, collaborative skill, decision making skill, interpersonal skill, and the list goes. Right. And here we are going to have some ideas. So more important and some of the specific skills what actually the manager should have. The number one skill is all about the effective communication and interpersonal skills. Now let us have the basic idea. What is communication skill and what is interpersonal skill? Communication skill is the skill which is required for the manager to share his own ideas, right? As I already said that he is a he is a person who plan and convey to the people and make the people to work accordingly. He has to lead them, he has to motivate them, he has to influence them. For all this activity, the communication is very much essential. And moreover, unless he has an interpersonal skill, it is very difficult to understand the people. It is very difficult to understand their viewpoint, share his own viewpoint, and understand their feelings, emotions, and take the strategies or take the decisions accordingly. Right. So communication skill and interpersonal skills are most essential skills for a manager, and its importance goes like this. These two skills are very important to get along with the people, and again to share their ideas, and also to solve the problems. Whenever any problem comes into picture, so they have to have some idea. They have to have some idea about the problem, and the sufferer, and also the source of problem, so many things. And even if they want to give some solution also, they should have good communication skill in order to share the solutions also. And also to reduce the misunderstanding, to build the trust, to work together. For all these things, these two skills are very essential. But the question is how we can develop these skills. So what are the strategies available? And if at all you want to master this communication skill, what steps they can take up? What are the things they have to focus on? Now let us see one by one. First, we have to listen carefully. That is, pay attention when others are talking. This shows you care about what they are saying. Very simple. If you want to master the interpersonal skill or communication skill, first you have to have active listening, right? It is not just hearing, that you have to actively listen to their feelings. Only when you are listening to their words, only when you are listening to their body language, you could be able to understand what actually they are trying to come with, right? So for better communication, active listening is one important component that a manager should master. The second thing is, if at all you want to communicate something to others, you have to speak very clearly, right? In the sense, you should not use jargons, you should not use more complex words or more technical words. These things should not be there for a better communication. You have to use very simple and clear language, and you should ensure that your message is very easy to understand by the other people. If it is so complex, then the ambiguity may come into picture. The people may not understand. Okay, so in order to make the people to understand very clearly what the message you are sharing, you have to speak very clearly. And the third component is, it's all about asking questions, right? Because only when you are asking questions, you could be able to get more information and more clarity. If you just stop listening, or otherwise if you just stop asking some question, though you are not having a proper understanding, or you are having some confusions or doubts in what are the points being presented by others, if you don't do that, and certainly we will have our own misconception about the concepts, what they wanted to communicate, and we will act accordingly. Definitely that will not serve the purpose, right? So if we are not sure about something, we have to ask questions to get more information. Only when you get more information, then better solutions can be derived. So asking question is a one important component in the communication skill. Again, in the communication or interpersonal skill, always we have to be empathetic. In the sense, we have to put ourselves into others' shoe. What type of problem they have, what type of situation they are into, what makes them to behave, what they makes those people to act like that. So when we see their viewpoint from their perspective, then we will be able to get a lot of insights on the problem in the situation. Yes, we can act accordingly, we can take the right decision, and definitely that will give you a better atmosphere in the organization. So to develop the communication skill and master the interpersonal skill, we have to have the skill of understanding others in a better way, right? So we have to show empathy. Then we have to be patient, right? Because we always, the people do not have too much of time to listen others. They don't have the patience. They need time to express themselves, but they don't give it, right? So that's why. So we have to be patient. If at all you want to be a good communicator, you want to be a good interpersonal skill manager, then you have to listen. You have to listen them actively, and you have to give some space. You have to give them some time to express themselves. So this is yet another important skill a manager should possess. So be patient. Be patient when somebody is expressing their viewpoint so that you can have the better understanding. You should not interpret them. If you interpret them, their flow may affect, which may hinder the better communication by them. And the next tip about in communication skill or interpersonal skill is about the respecting the differences. Okay, so because everyone will have their own opinion. Every people will be having their own thought process, right? So we have to respect their viewpoints also. We have to respect their ideology also. In the sense, even if we don't agree with that, even if we think that it is in the wrong side, we have to be very polite in disagreeing those viewpoints, right? So that makes a good interpersonal skill or good communication skill for any manager. Right. Instead of that, we just stand on our own point. If somebody comes with the other views or some other perspective, and if we deny them rudely, abruptly, and that will not create a good ambience among the employees running in the organization. Okay, so you want to ensure good communication skill, good interpersonal skill, you got to see to that you are giving more respect for the other's opinion also. Right. Then the last one is about the practicing. Okay, whatever the skills, whatever the competencies, they can be mastered. That can be donned only by way of practicing. Right. So it is of course like any other skill. Practice only makes anything perfect. Okay. So we have to keep on communicating. We have to keep on communicating in a better way so that the better management can be ensured. So this is a basic idea why a manager should have good communication interpersonal skill. And in the next class, we'll be coming with the other skill. And regarding this, if you have your own suggestion inputs, or even if you think that some point that can be add more value, this particular content, that you can very well drop in the inbox that we can further discussion. Okay, so thank you very much for listening to this video. We will see in the next video. Happy learning. Thank you.